Finding the slope graphically. Draw a line representing the run and a line representing the rise of the line. State the slope of the line in simplest form. So the slope of a line is essentially how steep is that line, but it also tells us if the line is increasing as we move left to right or decreasing. When a line is increasing, we say it has a positive slope. So what we're going to do is zoom in here a little bit and try to choose 2 points which are a whole number. So I wouldn't want to try to choose this point right here because it's not a whole number. So if I chose, let's say this point 2, 2, I'm going to click that, and then I'm going to try to go up here to maybe this point 5, 8. But what I have to do is I have to actually draw the rise and the run. Now the run is the horizontal difference between this point and that point there. And the rise, we're just going to make a little right triangle by clicking once there and clicking once there. So I see 2 points, and the points that I chose randomly were 2, 2 and 5, 8. Now the run is the difference in the x values. So from 2 to 5, we could say that 5 minus 2 is 3, and that's called the run. So it's the horizontal change. Now the rise is how much higher the second point is than the first one. Well, to go from a y-coordinate of 2 to a y-coordinate of 8, it's really the length of this side here. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units. Now we could get that by taking this y value and this y value and subtracting 8 minus 2, which is 6 units. That's a 6. And that is known as the rise. So the slope of this line is the rise over the run, and in this case that would be 6 divided by 3, which just so happens to equal 2. So the slope is 2 actually, no matter which 2 points that we choose. I can click the line to erase it. What if instead I wanted to choose the point 2, 2 and the point 4, 6? Well, I go right 2 units, and then I would click up 4 units. So how do I go from this point to the other? The rise would be 4, so that's 4, and the run is 2 units. That's 2. We still get the answer of 2. The slope of a line is always constant. In this case, the slope is 2, no matter which 2 points we choose. So if you want your slope in simplest form, actually, you should choose one point which is an integer, a whole number coordinate, and then choose the closest point, which is also a whole number coordinate, which would be that. So in this case, it would be a run of 1 and a rise of 2. This is the smallest right triangle that I could make representing the run and the rise. And in this case, we just get 2 as the rise and 1 as the run, and of course 2 over 1 is 2. But any right triangle you draw would be acceptable as long as you get the right slope. Here's an example where the line is decreasing as we move from left to right. That's when we will say that the line has a negative slope. So let's zoom in and choose any 2 points. Now I could choose a point here. Now if I want my answer in simplest form, I should choose the next point I see, which is at a whole number coordinate. So I will choose that. So how would I go from here to here? But I have to go vertically first, or horizontally. But I can go down 1, click, make sure you draw that vertical line, and then click again, and then go over to the other point and click. So if we make our right triangle by going down 1, right 4, in this case, the rise is negative 1 because it is going down 1. And the run is positive 4 because it's going right 4. So that would be negative 1/4, which is the slope of this line. Now it would have been perfectly fine to actually start here and do the run first. If you do the run first and then you click, do the rise second, we're still seeing it's going right 4. And as long as you understand that the horizontal left-right movement is called the run, and that number goes in the denominator, and whether or not we go down or up is called the rise, and down 1 should be a rise that is negative, leaving us with a negative slope. Once again, if you were to even choose this point and then this point here, 1, negative 5, the run would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 units. So that's an 8. And the rise would be down 2, which is negative 2. This fraction equals negative a fourth. So we could leave the triangle like that, but we need to write our slope in simplest form. So if we wrote negative 2/8, we would not get this correct, but negative 1/4 would be correct. And we could have drawn the triangle anywhere and seen that same exact rise over run. In our last example, just be careful. Sometimes the slope looks like it's a slope of 1, but it might be off by a little bit. So I'm seeing this here as a point, and the other point would be, looks like 3, 1. That might be the closest point, which is a whole number. But I can't just connect it straight. I have to go only horizontally, click, then click, go up to that point, click again. This is called the rise, this is called the run. So this is a rise of 4 units. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just count it. And this is a run of 3. 1, 2, 3. So the rise is 4 and the run is 3. Given that the line is increasing from left to right, our slope is positive.